studying the teachings of Osiris, Buddha, and Jesus, you will find many similarities. In fact, at times you will find the same words used. Yet did any of them copy? The teachings showed them the way from the outer to the inner. Then they must have dropped all teaching, all copying, and must have gone beyond it all. Had any of them just copied and studied what they saw and were taught, and then had not been able to see that all was from the God right within themselves, they would have been studying yet, and their lives and experiences would never have been recorded. They all went through the same experience in that their followers wanted to crown them kings of temporal kingdoms, but to this they would not listen, each expressing the same thought in almost the same words. My kingdom is not of the material, it is spiritual. With Osiris it went so far that the later chroniclers placed him as an Egyptian king. Here the talk ended and we walked to the temple. As we arrived in the lower room, our friend began. In ascending from room to room of this temple, please remember that no man can confer any rights upon another. By developing your understanding, you will find that you are the equal of any man, and he who attempts to confer his rights or what he has upon you is not consistent, as he is attempting to give what he cannot. One may point the way to his brother, that he may extend his vision to incorporate the good, but he cannot confer that good which he himself has upon him. By this time we had arrived in the second room, where 4 of our friends from the village had preceded us. After a few moments of general talk, all were seated and our teacher resumed. There is not a character in all your history that stands out as Jesus does. You count your time before and after his birth. He is idolized by a majority of your people, and that is where they err. Instead of the idol, he should be the ideal. Instead of being made into a graven image, he should be real and living to you, for he actually lives today in the same body in which he was crucified. He lives and can talk to you just as he could before that event. The great error with so many is that they see his life ending in sorrow and death upon the cross, forgetting entirely that the greater portion of his life is that portion after the resurrection. He is able to teach and heal today far more than he ever did before. You can come into his presence at any time, if you will. If you seek, you will find him. He is not a king who can intrude his presence upon you, but a mighty brother who stands ready always to help you and to help the world. When he lived upon the mortal, earthly plane, he was able to reach but a few. Today, he is able to reach all who will look to him.